Hi everyone, welcome back to the garden. It's late April now, and in today's quick no-nonsense video, we're talking about how to divide Musa Basjoo hardy banana plants, whether yours is in the ground like this one here, or in a pot like the one you see before you. Dividing Musa Basjoo is incredibly easy and a great way to add even more free tropical style plants to your garden, or share the love around and get somebody else hooked onto this amazing gardening style. So let's get started. As you can see then, even on a grey windy day like today, my Musa Basjoo is racing into growth. Okay, probably not racing, it's tentatively pushing out these new rollers here, but it's having a go, isn't it? Buoyed on by that glorious start to spring, all the beautiful sun we had, and then the rain over the past couple of weeks, the much needed rain, it's bursting into growth. It's really having a go. Admittedly, I am stood down a little bit lower, not to intentionally make the banana plant look bigger. This pathway that I've dug up is part of my ongoing tropical garden adventure series. Have a look at some of my videos to see what I've got planned this year and how the process is going so far. But back to the banana plant, before I discuss the when and the how, I'd first like to mention the why. Should you actually split up your banana plant? I get quite a few people message every single year on Facebook and Instagram, is now the right time to go for it? And I think the first question is always, should you be dividing that plant? Do you really need to cut it up? Because these banana plants, they naturally form a clump of these pseudostems. Yes, these pseudostems, which are made up of old leaves, they really create drama in a tropical style garden. They bring something special to a jungle area. I think they look phenomenal just left alone to form this gigantic clump. And as you probably know, once each individual pseudostem flowers or gets cut back after a harsh winter, that pseudostem's gone. So it's helpful to leave some others to come up and replace it. So I think that's the first question. Don't just, at the first sign of a little pup, a brand new pseudostem popping up, think now's the time to hack that plant up and get a free one. I think it's well worth considering, do I need to chop my plant up? Or would it maybe even look best just left alone to form a beautiful clump like this one hopefully will this year? Something to think about anyway. So when's the best time to split your banana plant up? As you probably worked out then, because you're watching this video now, I personally think now is a great time to split up your banana plants. Anywhere from mid-spring through to the end of summer, it works fantastically well. I know some people can split up cannas, hedychium gingers, Musa Basjoo bananas at the back end of the year, around late autumn time, when they're naturally digging up, lifting a lot of those plants to bring inside polytunnels and greenhouses anyway. But as I've mentioned in the past, I prefer not to split things up at the end of the year. And that's for two reasons. Firstly, they're just so much easier to manage in big tubs rather than having 10 or 15 little pots. One great big can of rhizome in a pot, so much easier to manage. And secondly, every time you cut up, divide, split a plant, you're creating cut surfaces, and as that plant's going to be stored in cold, wet compost for a good few months of the year, especially in our winters here in the UK, I don't think that's the best thing for the health of the plant. You're more likely to lose small bits to rotting off over the winter months. So I always think spring, where you've naturally got growth in plants, the sun's getting higher, the days are getting warmer, not today admittedly, but there's so much energy at this time of the year, plants actually want to start growing. And particularly when you're splitting up plants which don't have a big root system, I think the extra warmth and sun in spring really makes it a great time to go for it and get it done. And don't worry if you haven't done it before, splitting plants like this is incredibly easy, and my top tip is simply to go for it. So on that note, as I bash that top leaf there, let's just go for it. If you're joining along with today's video then, what you'll need, firstly, banana plant. I'm just going to use this one I've got in a pot here to show you, because as I mentioned, I don't want to split my one up in the ground. I'm looking forward to that magnificent clump. But when it comes to this one here, it's currently in a big pot. The main stem pretty much died away. There's a long story there that which I don't need to go into today, but I will be dividing this up to get two amazing plants. Very easy to identify. The pseudostems, 1, 2 here, I can split those up. There's another smaller one tucked in there, but that one's, it's just not big enough. Personally, I'd say if you have a look at your plant, if you're gonna divide it, wait until the pseudostem, this part here, before the leaves, is about a foot, 300 mil tall. That's a great time to do it. You can do it when they're bigger, but that plant might be stressed out by being hacked up in the middle of a hot summer. Any smaller and that plant might struggle to root. So somewhere pseudostem around this height here to about that there is a perfect time to do it. These plants are great, they'll settle in really well, and you've got even more tropical style plants for this summer's garden. So why would you not do it? Let's have a go then. What you're gonna need if you're gonna join in, something sharp. You can use a hori like this one here, a knife from your kitchen, anything like that, a serrated or bread knife, obviously ask permission. If you're a child and you're watching this, there's probably no children watching this, but ask permission from an adult. So what I need to do is basically chop off these pseudostems here before we get the spade in there. This is the important thing, because these plants currently are connected to the mother pseudostem there. That's what they draw their energy from. There's currently a fleshy root mass connecting these to the main stem there, and this is what we need to cut through before we dig the plants up and risk further damage. So let me show you how we do it. All I simply do then, turn the plant around so you can see it there, is look between the plants here. You can see between this pseudostem and the mother pseudostem, as we'll call it, there's a nice gap. That is where we need to chop through. Usually what you see happen with banana plants is these pups, the new plants, they just pop up around this main base. So you can see down here, there's another very, very small one just popping through. They always pop up in a kind of radius. And if you take this one out, more will pop up in the future. So you're not really hurting the plant doing this. You're not setting it back. These plants naturally do this anyway. And as long as you do it at a time of year when there's a bit of heat there for the plant to recover and keep growing away, it won't set the plant back much at all. But it's important to do it cleanly. So what I do is get the knife or hori, put it right between that gap there, something like that, and just simply saw through it. And you can hear it as you're doing it, really chopping. And then this one here. As you can tell, they do take a little bit of effort, or perhaps I'm just making a meal out of it because I'm obviously filming. And there we go. So those two pups now are completely separated. There's a kind of fleshy root mass that connects them to the pseudostem, or there was anyway. That's now cut, so it's time to get the spade involved, and now we can cleanly lift them. And the important thing is to get as much root as possible, because currently, or for the past year, these pseudostems have been feeding from this main plant here. Now we've severed them, they need to create their own food. So we need to get as much of that root as possible to help these beauties on the way to some magnificent growth this summer. When it comes to the next step then, it's now really time to go for it. Be brave, get the sharpest spade you can, and we're just going to split directly down here. Obviously, we've already cut it with a very sharp knife or hori first. That's what really splits the plants up nicely and prevents the spade from making an absolute mess of it. So hopefully now these plants are relatively well split. All we really need to do now is dig up as much of that root system as possible. Like I said, be brave, but you just have to go for it. Musa Basjoo banana plants, a lot of fleshy tropicals like cannas and gingers, they're a great plant to have a go at dividing for the first time because they grow really easily and there's only so much damage you can do. But now I've set myself up for pretty much obvious failure, something's going to go massively wrong, let's just have a go for it and see what happens. There we go. That moved quite nicely actually. And then let's push it down here. There we go. So this is the same whether it's in the ground or a pot. In fact, if it's in a small pot, I'd be tempted really just empty the whole pot out and split it up that way. It'll be so much neater. But as soon as this one's in a 70-litre pot, it's worth having a go at it. He says. I'm trying not to disrupt the main plant too much because I would quite like to get some more pups off this one. But there you can see, there's our first banana plant. Congratulations, it's a boy. A beauty it is as well. Look at that, a nice amount of root. And there you can see, that's that connection there to the main pseudostem I was talking about. If this was at the back end of the year, late autumn time, that would be vulnerable to all kinds of fungal diseases and issues. Whereas now, with the increased heat, more sun, longer days, hopefully it's going to heal up and grow away, no problem at all. So it's time to get the next one out, and then we're going to pop them up. So there we go. A trowel would probably have been easier, but look at the amount of roots on that. As you can see, it's got a healthy root system, and that's why it's important to wait until they're a good size. Anything much smaller, you only get a couple of small roots on the bottom, and they take a lot more heat and TLC to get going. Whereas this, just look at it, a beautiful plant, ready to go. So now it's time to get them potted up. So I just got out then a couple of 10-litre pots. I always like to keep pots, I've got a range of different sizes, probably a few too many 10 litres. And these ones have obviously been sterilised, as you can see, after their previous use. And I'll be filling them now with some peat-free compost, but pretty much anything works. This medium is basically just to get them started. So I'm putting a bit in the bottom of the pots here. It's been a while since I did an actual practical planting demonstration, but let's give it a go. Get the first one in. As you can see, that fits nicely. So you don't need huge pots at this stage. Whether they're eventually going to go in the ground or in a larger pot, I always like to start them off on something that's just a bit bigger than the roots. Something that won't dry out in just a matter of hours, but even if you are going to plant them into the ground eventually, I'm a big fan of starting things off in pots, unless it's probably, say, mid-June when you're doing it, in which case, put them in the ground and they'll just grow straight away. I always like to start things when we've got these cooler days inside a polytunnel or greenhouse, tucked in close to your house, away from the cold weather. I just think a bit of extra heat really helps them on the way, particularly with more tropical style plants like this. So if you are doing it any earlier or in a colder area, you could potentially even bring them inside, conservatory, a nice warm windowsill, something like that. So that's that one there. Let's start the second. And there we go, 2 brand new banana plants, as easy as that. So as you can see then, 2 beautiful banana plants. These will settle in a matter of weeks. In terms of care tips, all I'll be doing at this stage here is just watering them, putting a bit of compost if the level drops a little bit too much, and then just keeping on top of the watering. Keeping them somewhere warm, ideally sheltered like a polytunnel greenhouse, will really set these guys on the way. But if you're watching this video and it's summertime, like I said, you can get them straight in the ground, put them in a pot, move them close to your house, and with the warmer weather, this will root away, fill this pot, no problem at all. And then it's time to pot them up, plant them out, and enjoy one of the most amazing tropical style plants we can grow here in the UK. One last thing that I didn't mention, if you're splitting yours up later in the season and it's got leaves all the way down the shooter stem, it's always worth removing the low ones down. Like with any plant, if you're digging it up, splitting or dividing it, if you're removing some of the root growth below the ground, it's worth taking off some of the extra leaves, the foliage, so it doesn't lose too much water to transpiration. I know it seems a bit rough and brutal at the time, but you're really giving that plant then the best chance of recovery. Just like with any cutting, you take off all the leaves apart from the top few to give it the best chance possible. So there we go, how to split up banana plants, mega easy, mega simple. All you gotta do is be brave and go for it. And now is a great time to have a go. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, got something from it. If you've got any questions about how to divide these and other tropical style plants, feel free to leave your comment below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. So hope you had a great weekend gardening and I'll see you all very soon. See you later.